No matter which candidate wins New Hampshire or South Carolina, do they need to win on this issue? South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson, who joins you right now. Mr. Attorney General, what do you think?
Well, Neil, I'm just glad to hear the candidates talking about this issue. This is very important, and I'm glad to see the NLRB part of the dialogue in this primary season. One thing I have seen with this administration since I've been Attorney General is that try to have unelected bureaucrats ruled by administrative fiat. They've done this with the National Labor Relations Board. I believe they're going to do this with the new Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the EPA, and even the Justice Department through its Section 5 pre-clearance section with our voter ID laws. So we have got to have a president that understands that the voters have a right to have these types of issues vetted before elected representatives and not by unelected bureaucrats regulating by administrative fiat.
You know, what concerns me, and I always tell people, I don't care whether you're pro-union, anti-union, is the sneakiness of the way it's being done. If this is such a legitimate issue, put it before the people, let them decide, let it come up for a vote, let it be all open, because that's the one thing that unions, for example, criticize when it isn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I question the validity of the National Labor Relations Board. What you have is you have the board, which acts as a judge, and you have its general counsel, part of the same agency, acting as its prosecutor. You have an executive function and a judicial function acting together. I don't believe we need the National Labor Relations Board to act as judge on these matters. Why can't the Justice Department, who answers to an appointment of a president, prosecute these type of cases when they violate the National Labor Relations Act?
When did the National Labor Relations Board...
This is just an extra layer of bureaucracy designed to protect bureaucrats.
I understand. But when did the National Labor Relations Board, at least to my memory, become so blatantly pro-union? I mean, it doesn't even hide that.
Well, I'll be frankly honest with you. When I was running for Attorney General, this is not one of my top 5 or even top 10 issues because I barely knew what the National Labor Relations Board did. I knew what it was. I knew about the act that created it.
Right.
But it was my second week in office where I learned a lot about the National Labor Relations Board. So, for instance, we had Patty Cardcheck constitutional amendment that they threatened to sue us on. Then a month later, we had the Boeing lawsuit where they filed a complaint to the IAM against Boeing. The National Labor Relations Board, as you know, has been around since the 30s,
right.
And I guess depending on what administration is in power at that time, is going to put members on the board that reflect that political philosophy. For me, what's important is that you have an administration that is pro-business, that promotes the ingress and egress of capital throughout the states. The National Labor Relations Board should not be allowed to tell a business owner or a business, whether you're Boeing or whether you're a small business, where you can and cannot locate your business.
Well, I'll tell you what, Attorney General, I have looked into this and its edict when in the FDR years. Well, it has always been seen as, you know, pro-union. The fact of the matter was it was more pro-worker. It was the idea of the National Labor Relations Board is that it wanted to establish a bridge early on between the workers and the bosses. And it was simply a way to protect labor, to protect the American worker. And somehow it has gone from protecting the American worker, he and she who labor, now to he and she who are part of labor unions. I know I'm seeming arcane here, but that is a very big difference, and that was not its original edict.
Well, and I agree with you, Neil. Like I said, it has gone far above and beyond what it was originally created to do. The National Labor Relations Board, one of the dampening things it has done with businesses, it has told business owners around the country that if you try to go to a union state, we're going to control you. If you try to leave a union state, we're going to sue you. And thank God it was Boeing that they attacked, because Boeing had the ability to defend itself, although it was an inconvenience. I'm thinking about the millions of mom and pop businesses out there that have under 200 employees that are working in their communities, trying to create wealth, trying to create capital and create jobs. The National Labor Relations Board is destroying job creation in this country. And the National Labor Relations Board has attacked South Carolina, along with other agencies under this administration over the last year, since I've been Attorney General anyway.
All right. General, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.